Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Hawk and Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between PengWin and Probe on Newkirk Precinct, the Ladder Edition. Actually, Tournament Edition. In the bottom left side of the map, we have the green Zerg player from Storm Gaming. It is PengWin. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Protoss player from Root Gaming. It is Probe. Oh, Probe. A favorite of many Protoss players out there across the world. And PengWin, a very excellent Zerg in his own right. This was sent to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com. If you have GM or professional level replays you'd like to see me cast, go ahead and do so. Send them to that address, and I will probably cast them at this point. Alright, here we go. Zerg versus Protoss here on Newkirk Precinct. Hatch first. Out of PengWin, you can safely do that. As long as you're scouting, right? I like to have overlords here. We saw this in the cheese compilation several times. Cannons coming up. Gateways coming up back here from Protoss. If you don't see it, you can't stop it. PengWin sending out his Sloverlords across the map. Anyway, this little harassing probe from Probe, which seems appropriate, right? Appropriate to the name. A harassing probe from Probe. Extractor now pool coming in finally of all. No early harassment coming here from PengWin, but he does want to have speed when those lings are ready to go. Expansion on the way from Probe as well. We will now see a cybernetics core helping to finish off this wall at the front. Along with the pylon and the gateway, we'll see the second assimilator. And then from there, things get interesting for Protoss. This is a very, very standard opening with the gateway expand play. If you don't know the exact build order, check it out on Team Liquid. I guarantee they have a list of exactly what to build and when. Although if you've seen enough Protoss casts on my channel and paid attention to the production tab and that supply tab, you probably know. You probably know it by heart already if you're a Protoss player interested in learning that kind of thing. Probe for Probe, scouting around, trying to see where PengWin's going to go for a third hatch. Because PengWin, I feel like, I don't know, I'm leaning towards him going for a third hatch here rather than just going for a two-base attack on the Protoss. PengWin does like those macro-style games. He does actually like the little 35 worker, Ravager, Roach, Ling attacks that can do a lot of damage to Terran especially. Protoss with Photon Overcharge a little bit harder to do in these first few minutes of the game. So we'll see. We will see. Sloverlord moving in here for PengWin, seeing exactly what's up. Does see the expansion, which tells him, I can expand myself. I will be safe. It is safe to do so. Got some 4 lings coming out with speed. Drone moving up here as well. A Stalker warps in. Just gateways in here to take out the Sloverlord. PengWin sacrificed the Overlord. He knew it was dead. He knew it was dead. It's fine. And there's the third hatch coming up from PengWin, scouted immediately by Probe, just to the right of PengWin's natural base. 6 more lings on the way from PengWin. He has supply blocked, because again, he lost that Overlord. He has another Overlord on the way. He's knocking down his own unbuildable plates. You don't see Zerg do this as much. The misclick is not as much of a problem as the other races, it feels like. But hey, took him down anyway, and he's moving out with these lings. Speed just about done. There is, in fact, a Stargate coming up for Probe here. Oh, and Probe dies. The one that was here there to be early warning if attacks were coming. Did his job, that Probe did, because there's definitely some lings on the way. They're going to harass this front door. It does put PengWin down in the worker count a little bit. It's 31 to 24 harvesters. Probe has that lead. There's a single adept holding this line, and there are about 10 lings here. Exactly 10 lings here. Photon Overcharge comes up, though, and the lings get the heck out. This is what I'm talking about. Exactly what I'm talking about. It is hard to break a Protoss wall these days with a Photon Overcharge. It's a very difficult thing. Stargate comes up. PengWin saw it, though. He saw the Stargate, and that is an Oracle coming. Again, I apologize. I ran out of names on my Oracle list, and so I got some from you guys, but they're in my comments, not on my list right now. I didn't make that transfer today. I should have. I didn't, and I apologize. But this Oracle's name, we're going to name it Martha. Martha the Oracle woke up one day with a heavy, heavy hungering for drones. So we're going to see what she can do. Unfortunately, there's already Spore Crawlers coming up in both the mineral lines for PengWin. Actually, all 3 of the mineral lines for PengWin. There it is. There's the Spore Crawler coming up. So Martha's window is very small in which to do anything. Void Ray follow-up out of Probe. What is that action? Wow, I don't know. All right, so here we go. Oracle coming in. Spore Crawler not done yet, but there are no drones to kill at the third base, and 2 queens just popped. Yikes, look how much damage these queens do. Spore Crawler hit as well. Revelation tossed down by Martha, and that is all she wrote. She's just, there's nothing doing. Nothing doing as far as drone kills at this point in time. There's a queen, there's a Spore Crawler, 2 oracles, can get the job done with this combination of Spore Crawler and Queen, but otherwise, single Oracle, no. Spire on the way for Penguin. Tech choices for Probe include a third base, not a tech choice. And just this Stargate so far, I don't see any further ideas as Lings roll in to this third base that is warping in and try to shut it down. But again, Photon Overcharge, so dang good. So dang good. Mothership Core adding DPS as well. Oracle trying to sneak on in, but it's just not great. Perhaps trying to pick off some Lings possibly, but there's a Queen right nearby. This Creep Queen right next door. Could throw down another tumor if and she wanted. But it is now 3 base to essentially 3 base. Probe is getting that third base, warp it in. Forge coming in for Probe, and it is a Twilight Council along with that Forge, as well as double robotics facility. Dang, 5 minutes and 50 seconds going for double robo facility. Looking good. Oracle trying to sneak down this left side. Martha trying to get something, trying to prove her worth somehow. Almost gets a drone, but geez. Spore Crawler hits, Queen hits. It's just too difficult. It is too difficult for her. 9 mutas on the way for Penguin. 9 mutas at 6 minutes. Protoss players, shiver in your boots at that one. He saw the Stargate opening, though. He knows Phoenix are an option. He hasn't seen any Phoenix, though, so maybe that gives him enough courage to go for this Mutalisk. This heavy Mutalisk opening here. That is a lot of investment. All right, mutas are on the field. Phoenix might have seen them. But they're moving out in groups of 3. Look, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. In tight flying formation. They might group up here. They're going to the same spot at some level. And what is the answer going to be? Phoenix production begins immediately for Probe. Void Ray runs, and Photon Overcharge is going to have to be the deal, but the Mothership Core can't be everywhere. Stalker trying to defend the main base, gets killed. Great micro there by Penguin. Probes are going down a big warping of Stalkers, though. That's enough to shoot them away with Sentry. And Photon Overcharge picks off a retreating Mutalisk there. Like I said, with Photon Overcharge and with a Phoenix production, I just don't see how that is going to work out for Penguin. He's making 6 more, though, with an Infestation Pit and taking a 4th hatchery at the same time north of his natural. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to work out. The Oracle might get picked off by the Mutas. I'm not sure that's necessarily a huge victory for the Mutas. They fly right into the Phoenix and kill one of them. Try to get the other one, but another big warp and a Stalkers. The Mutas are starting to fall here. 3 of them have been killed for a total of 12 on the field because more popped while that attack was going on. Phoenix are so good. Photon Overcharge and Phoenix and Stalkers were really good against this harassment. I guess what it's doing for Penguin is it is keeping Probe inside his base. Probe was not really mounted any kind of an attack against Penguin in these first 7 minutes and almost 8 minutes, and that's got to make Penguin feel pretty good about things. Pathogen glands on the way. Once that's at 50%, you do want to start your infestors for those Zerg players out there. Charge coming on for Probe for charge lots, and creep spread continuing to creep across this map. Creep Queen might try to head up to the, heading up to the 4th base to be an inject queen from this point on. She has enough energy to throw down a tumor here, but no, she's going to make the slow walk, and then the fast walk, and then the inject. Not queuing, is queuing up injects. The queue up injects is so handy. So dang handy. 7 and 8 infestors. Nope, 7. 7 infestors on the way for Penguin. Mutalisk Ling Infestor here. Going to be the attack of choice for Penguin. Okay, so what we're looking at is that the Phoenix can get fungled down. Right? They get chain fungled and die. That's pretty much going to be it for Probe, because he can't handle a Mutaling Infestor without these Phoenix. He's got a lot of Zealots, which are bad against Mutas. He's got a bunch of Stalkers, which are bad against Lings. So that's what it's going to come down to here. +2 flyer attack on the way from Penguin as well. We do have a Fleet Beacon coming in for Probe. He might tech up tier to Carrier, which, with all the Infestors on the ground, with Neural Parasite a possibility, I just don't know. All right, Burrow Infestors moving silently, deadly across the map. Is there a word to move deadly like? Losing more Overlords, jeez. Supply blocked again is Penguin, 160 out of 152 total supply. A 4th base coming up for Probe in this weird middle-ish area of the map. It's very open exposed. Many avenues of attack to try to take this thing down. So the Probe is tossing down like 8 pylons and probably going to toss up at least 3 or 4 cannons to help defend and bring his army up as well. So the Zealots are great against Lings. That's the one thing that Probe has going. And again, the Phoenix are great against Mutas. It's just these Infestors. These Infestor hit squad is the problem of the day. Right on the edge of the creep, pushing out beyond the creep, are these Infestors. They can cast while burrowed. Ooh, a burrow chain right on this group right here would be amazing. Killing all those zealots and those sentries would be a nice coup for PengWin, but I'm not sure he can pull it off. There are 2 observers on the field. Where are they? One moving up to the army. Okay, and then one up here at a potential 5th base location. Revelation tossed down. Oracle does not escape with its life. Martha is dead, unfortunately for her. Baneling nest coming in for PengWin. Might as well get some banelings to augment the Ling Infestor Mutalisk composition here. Mutaflock really big, actually. 33 mutas versus 11 Phoenix and a Void Ray and 18 Stalkers. With +2 attack, just about complete for those guys as well. I don't know. I don't know who would win that battle. It would take a lot of good micro from Probe, which he's capable of doing, mind you. Probe, a very excellent player for sure. All right, Infestors. Trying to they don't know what they want to do. They don't want to chain fungal necessarily because they kind of give themselves away. Actually, you don't need a chain fungal if you can fungal them and use the mutas to finish them off. Can he get it? There's the fungal! He catches all of the Phoenix. Another fungal, keeping him there. The muta's right on top of them. Every single Phoenix dies exactly what PengWin needed to have happen. There's Zealots burning down. PengWin's at 5th base up top, dies immediately. Mutas kind of have free reign now that the Phoenix are all gone. So the Stalkers are trying to fight here with +2 attack. Mutas are just so good. Another group of Phoenix are here, but not as big, unfortunately. There are only 4 of them. And they do have the Anion Pulse Crystal upgrade, which gives them extra range, but they're still dying to the mutas regardless. A little bit sloppy on the micro there is Probe. Mothership core dies in the process of coming into a mothership. Another Phoenix dies. Muta count is falling precipitously. Void Ray doing some damage there as well. Only 12 mutas remaining, and PengWin is forced to flee with the remnants of his muta flock. So I don't know if that did as much damage as he needed it to do. He did kill 14 Phoenix and 17 Stalkers and 9 probes there, which is pretty good. The Zealot attack group gets surrounded by Lings with no upgrades on those Lings, but they have speed. That's really all that they need when they outnumber Zealots that massively. Despite the fact the Zealots have charge and +2 attack on their little Psyblades. Another 5th base coming up for Probe again, just north of his natural. Lings and Mutas coming into this 4th. Can they take it down is the question. Some Zealots trying to defend. The Infestors getting caught in the open though. Oh, all of them. Are they going to die? No, 2 of them managed to survive. Fungals being tossed down. All the Infestors are dead though. The Infestors are dead. However, Lings trying to do it, but so many Zealots show up. They chase the Lings away. And the Mutas trying to pick off sentries. They get the sentries, but the newly found Phoenix group with +1 attack and the Stalkers on the ground with their +2. Enough to chase those Mutalisks away. So we're looking at a lot of less stuff here for the Zerg so far. About 10,000 resources lost for the Zerg and about 11,012 for the Protoss at this point. Again, it should be more cost efficient. Our Protoss player, more mutas coming in for PengWin. Zealots trying to knock down this 5th base for the 2nd time. Lings going to prevent that from happening at least temporarily. Mutas just getting absolutely massacred. So many dead mutas. 43 dead mutas, 21 dead Phoenix. That's probably a fair trade. Probe would go for that any day of the week. More Infestors coming in. Lings here at the same time. Another group of Zealots with charge and +2 heading up to take out that 5th. Probe really wants that 5th to die. Lings again with +1 attack now. They do better. They do better. But they're still not ideal against the Zealots. The Zealots that are focusing on something else is probably a better situation for them. And it does pop with 400 hit points out of available 1,500. Archons here now. Good choice against Ling Muta for sure. Archons doing that bonus damage, splash damage against things that stack like Mutalisks as a single Zealot's harassing the 3rd base. And against things that are tiny like Lings. Splash damage is exactly what you want if you are Probe. Lings rolling into this 5th base of Probe. Speak of the devil, going to try to take down these Lings. I'm not sure there's enough DPS to take down the Nexus, as again, they only have +1 attack. Zealots coming as well. The Lings might actually get it. They're taking it out very quickly, and bam, it does fall. Great pickup. Great pickup there by PengWin. Lings trying to run into this 4th base. Can't quite do it. Banelings morphing in behind this mineral line. Can he can see that, right? He can see that. He can see that. He can see those Banelings. He can see the red. I'm not sure if he's paying attention, though. Banelings, do they have speed? Do they have speed? Did PengWin get speed for those Banes? No, they're slow, but they're moving in anyway. And nice hit. Nice hits there. Oh! Not without that +2 attack. Couldn't quite one-shot the Banelings, but that is 38 probes killed, 72 to 53 Harvesters right now. PengWin has a nice lead. He has a very nice lead here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th base under construction for PengWin, south of his 5th. Creep spread is connecting every single base, I think. Well, I guess with the exception of these two, but it's close. It is close to being completed. Man, my voice is going. Maybe forecasting one day was not a great idea. Dark Shrine coming up for Probe here. More Archons on the way as well. +2 air, +2 air for Probe is also a consideration. And Mutaflock is back for PengWin. He's got 40 Mutas again. Flying around the main base like he doesn't have a care in the world. Killing pylons, depowering Templar Archives, depowering gateways. Phoenix count is 14 with that extra range and that +1 attack. PengWin wants nothing to do with that. Oh, he was trying to bait them into these infestors, but a little bit too smart. Too smart was Probe. Did not allow that fate to befall them again. Carrier production has begun for Probe in the top left, working on +2 flyer carapace. Is PengWin right now getting Baneling speed as well, getting a hive at the 16-minute mark, which seems a little bit late for a Legacy of the Void game, but you know what? Better late than never. He's been doing some good damage, and it's probably time to tech up to that hive technology. All right, so Probe did replant his 5th base. It is up, it is running, it is being harvested from with his 61 probes. Oh no, infestors get caught. Infestors were caught. Observer found them and taken them down. That is more dead infestors, man. That is 8 dead infestors. That's a lot of gas. A lot of gas. 6,700 gas loss for the Zerg compared to 3,800 for our Protoss player. Banelings, speed Banelings rolling in. Getting some nice detonations here at the 5th base, killing a couple probes, but the Zealots taking the brunt of that damage. Still, 64 workers killed by PengWin so far. That is a lot of dead workers. If you're to ask me, and you should, Ultralisk Cavern on the way for PengWin. He is getting Adrenal Glands, +1 Ground Carapace, Pneumatized Carapace as well for speed for his Overlords. I guess he wants them to be able to run away. Usually pillars get that a little bit earlier, but whatever. Carrier group is at 2 with 2 more on the way. Probe isn't exactly like going mass carrier here, but he wants some. He wants some. And he's going to be fine, I think, dealing with Mutalisks and Lings and Banelings. The Ultras are going to be a bit of a problem here. The Immortal count is not great, as in it is currently 0. So if Ultras pop in here, it could be a crazy tech switch for PengWin that could really give Probe a ton of trouble. Archons are fairly good in that situation. Phoenix are useless because they can't lift the Ultras because they're massive. I mean, what else does he even have here? Stalkers are bad against Ultras. Zealots are okay against Ultras. They used to be better. But now they're just kind of bad. Banelings rolling up here. Speed Banelings coming all the way to the top right side of the map and then all the way down to this 5th of Probe. There are Archons sitting exactly where you want them to be. And he's trying to get some buildings up to prevent this from happening, but Archon kind of stopped it from occurring. It didn't really matter. Mutalisks, Lings, Infestors rolling into this 3rd base of Probe. All of these Stalkers responding are getting melted alive. The Archons coming in, getting some splash off, and the Carriers have to show themselves to defend against the onslaught. PengWin is forced back. Getting Chitinous Plating, getting +3 Flyer, getting Neural Parasite. There we go, Neural Parasite with these Carriers. Exactly what you want if you are PengWin. We'll see if you can pull it off or not. 68 to 46 Harvesters. PengWin has an excellent lead. Observer for Probe. Scouting things out. What does he know about? He knows about everything but this 4th. He has to know about the 4th, though. He assumes that it's there of PengWin's. Mutaflock flying in again. He's got 4 Overseers with him. I'm not sure what he's worried about exactly. Contaminate tossed on the Stargate, and then it's killed anyway. So that's exciting. Templar Archives dies. No more Archons for a while for Probe. Mutalisks sacrifice their lives here. Can he get the fungal? Can he get the fungal? He gets... No, he whiffs on the fungal. Just barely. Just barely whiffs on the fungal. The Archons come on up, say, hey, there are Infestors here. I know that there are. Oh, and he can see them now. Infestors getting lifted and murdered. That is... They're so squishy, those Infestors. 13 dead Infestors. Almost 10,000 gas lost by PengWin at this point. Just taking heavy casualties. But you know what? He's all right. 6th base coming in for Probe at the top now. We do have Lings rolling in to scout it out at the very least. They can't necessarily do anything about it. They killed the Probe who constructed it. So that's nice. Mutalisks trying to follow up while the army's a little bit out of position for Probe. They're heading to the south. Are they going for an attack now? Again, Probe hasn't really mounted any kind of an attack on PengWin, which is the advantage this Mutaflock has. Probe feels like if he leaves, he's going to lose a base. And you know what? He didn't even leave, and he's going to lose this 6th base for sure. Cancels The 6th base. Pylons die as well, and Mutalisk decide it's time to get out of there. They might be a little stuck, though. They're pinning themselves into a bit of a corner up in the top right. If he can juke out of here, he might live, but these Phoenix want blood. And there it is. The Phoenix just going to stick these Mutas in a corner and pick them off one by one. Carriers as well. No, the Muta's got a bit of an angle here. They are escaping it. Nope, I think they're all going to die. Again, these Phoenix are mean. +2 attack on those dudes. Mutaflock is down to a total of 9. And they're all dead now. That's it. Mutaflock, thanks for coming. I know you have armor, but you're dead. All right, so that made Drummond the supply for 7 Ultras for PengWin, which is, silver lining in that kind of a massacre. Dark Shrine coming up for Probe. 3rd base, I think, is going to die to Ultras and Lings, but it's pretty much mined out. There is exactly 72 gas left here and nothing else. So killing it is the least of Probe's concerns. Army for Probe had actually moved out, but nope, Ultras and Lings have a way of making you come back to your base. He did send a hit squad of Lings up to this 6th base of PengWin to kill it for what feels like the 3rd time. Lings and Ultras knocking down a Stargate, trying to do so. Trying to attack against Archons and Stalkers and Carriers, though. Neuroparasite from the burrowed Infestors. Storm on top of the Infestors, trying desperately to kill them, but the Neuroparasite is persisting. The Carriers are released, though, and still alive. More Infestors getting killed here by Probe. More Infestors trying to show up to the party. No, don't go right under these. No. Oh, they live. Somehow they live. Even though they went right under those Phoenix. Ultras dancing around. The Zealots going after this 4th base. Can they get it with a +2 attack? A million Lings surround them, and I don't think they can. Ultras going after the 6th of Probe. DT is not a bad answer here, as the Ultras cannot see them, and they hit pretty hard. Observers along for the ride. These Ultras are getting pinned in a corner, kind of like those Mutalisks, where they might as well go for the 5th here if they can take it down. And, I mean, they might get a pylon if they're lucky, but otherwise they're just dead. The carrier group is so stinking big right now. So big. PengWin has about 5,000 minerals and 1,400 gas in the bank right now. He is taking down that 4. He got the 4th. He got the 4th. He's trying to get the 5th. Ling's just running around everywhere. Helter Skelter. 14 Corruptors in production for PengWin. Is it going to be enough? Is the question. So he has 27 hit points on his 4th base. He really needs to save that thing. Really needs to save that. Right now he does have like an 8th or a 7th down here that he's mining from. So maybe he's better off than I thought. 56 Lings and 14 Corruptors might be exactly what he needs against this Phoenix carrier group that Probe is tossed out right now. There are 10 DTs, which is a bit of a concern. The Phoenix are trying to kill these Overseers. That's an excellent target choice for them. Infestors, there's that Chain Fungal. There's that Chain Fungal play on these Phoenix. Can the Corruptors show up to assist with this? Is going to be the question of the day. Oh, the Infestors are getting lifted and murdered thanks to the Observer assistance. There's so many dead Infestors. 29 dead Infestors. This 7th base of Penguins is getting massacred. The Phoenix are killing many, many drones at this location. 26 drones have been killed. Ling's taking down the 6th base under construction. Once again, there's the cancel. Probe cannot get a 6th base. The drones finally burrow before they all die, which is nice. 6th base for PengWin. Also under assault here as well. 6 bases, man, holding them is difficult. Although the 7th for PengWin's been pretty lucky. Pretty lucky thus far. And actually, the fact that Probe doesn't know about it is actually fairly useful. All right, so more Corruptors coming in. There are 17. They're making 3 more for PengWin. The Lings up here to replacement 4th base for Probe. No! Can't save it. There's the cancel. Too many Lings. Too many. 144 Lings on the map right now. That is a lot. The DTs and the carriers want to kill all of them, but they are faster than both of those units, and they are retreating for their lives. Archons alive right now. Probe essentially has 1 mining base, which is going to be hard for him. So he's coming in with the Archons and the carriers. Lings on the ground. Corruptors trying to focus down individual. Wow, doing tons of damage to individual carriers here. +3 attack, 26 damage per shot on these Corruptors, but they are falling as well. Corruptor count not as big as it used to be. Carry count not as big as it used to be, but enough to chase these Corruptors away. 1 hit point on that dude. Are you serious? The fungal catches, and the Phoenix finish off a Corruptor there. Ling's running around. 6 base for Probe, not going to come down anytime soon. Carriers finishing off the 7th of PengWin, the 8th base. Again, still happy. Still something that Probe does not know anything about. 6th base doesn't even get canceled here. Ling's against DTs and Zealots here at the 5th. And the Lings decide to bypass that entirely, going where instead? They can't help against these carriers. They cannot. I don't know if PengWin has enough here, you guys. PengWin currently has 5 Corruptors. 161 Lings, right? Which is nice, but can't do anything against these +2 carriers. That's going to be the obstacle of the day for sure. So Lings gathering up here, possibly for one last hurrah. Oh, the carriers are pulling back, though. The carriers are pulling back. Does he have an observer anywhere on the map right now? No, he does not have an observer. If he had an observer, he could probably kill this 5th. But as it stands, I mean, the DTs, there are many DTs here. There are 7 with +2 attack, doing 55 damage per swipe, which definitely one-shots a Ling. I can tell you that much. Trying to replant the 6th is Probe, but again, Ling's just kind of hanging out. Carriers thinning out this Ling herd a little bit. Right, thinning it out a tiny bit. Phoenix cleaning him out as well. I don't know who's going to win this game. Lings really, really, really want to kill something. I feel like if they had enough persistence, they could knock down this natural base. There's only a single DT here, but instead they decided to run on back home. They have +2/+2. They have adrenal glands. They are little DPS machines, but they do have their weaknesses, that's for sure. All right, so PengWin happily mining from his 8th base. His 6th base is up and running. There are a couple Spore Crawlers here. Phoenix, do not care for your Spore Crawlers. They will kill your drones nonetheless, making it 32-23. Total harvesters. PengWin has a lead, but it is narrow at this point. 50 dead drones, 106 dead probes. Ay caramba. Ay caramba. As my son would say, you're saying that a lot, Dad. Is that becoming a swear word for you? And he has a fair point. I suppose he has a fair point. Kids these days, they say the darndest things. All right, Overseers here. They can't be protected, though, is the thing. They're with the Lings. But the Phoenix just want them dead so bad. The Corruptors also want these Phoenix dead. Corruptor Ball a little bit bigger than I expected it to be at this point. There are 12. Again, with +3/+2. 4 armor on these dudes. Very hard for Phoenix to kill. Extremely hard for Phoenix to kill. Doing no extra damage against them as they are not light units. And the range they have, Corruptor's a good answer. Good answer to Phoenix. They're just not very fast is the thing. Caustic Spray could come into play here, actually. All right, Lings on top of everything. The Overseers are a little bit late to the battle. DTs are getting surrounded. There we go. Now they can hit. Now they can hit. Everybody on the ground is dead. Corruptors desperately trying to clear out this carrier group. 2 carriers die. Can they get a third? No. Void Rays in the mix for Probe as well. 6th base does explode, though. Lings taking their pound of flesh there. Corruptors all dead. The Corruptors all dead. There are 2 remaining. 29 kills, 33 kills, 35 kills on these carriers. Void Ray is an excellent choice, doing that extra damage with Prismatic Alignment versus them Corruptors. Hydralisk then on the way for Monsieur PengWin. Hydra's going to be the answer here? I don't know. Probe running out of things to mine is his problem right now. Is this more Phoenix stuff? More Phoenix stuff here at the 8th base for PengWin. It looks about double, both in minerals and gas. PengWin has a lead in the income, which does bode well for him at the 28-minute mark. 28-minute mark of this game. Sorry for sniffing into the microphone. I'll stop doing that. I will stop doing that. Muscular augments on the way. Lings, again, natural base is yours, man. Just hit it. Just hit it. I know. What the? How those Lings get through? Lings are sneaking through. That DT is not holding position. More keep coming. That's really weird. All right, Lings are free inside the main base. They're trying to kill a Nexus, which is not doing anything for Pro, but hey, feels nice to kill a Nexus, right? Feels very nice indeed. This Ling group is really all that's standing between PengWin and imminent death. Nexus is going to fall. It does fall. The Lings get it, and the DTs clean up the rest of the Lings. DT count is currently 4 for Probe. It's just not a lot of things. 6 bases done for Probe, and he is happily mining from it. That is the first time in 29 minutes that he's been mining from that 6th base. Okay, he wasn't trying to mine from it the whole time, but it's been a while. It has been a huge, huge while. Lings, I feel like +3 would benefit them fairly well. They hit fast. Right, it's like Marines. Upgrades are really good for Marines because they attack so fast. Same thing for these here Zerglings. But creep covers about half of the map right now. Left side and kind of center down. From there, creep continues to spread. Trying to make sure that Probe does not take any bases that PengWin is completely unaware of. 9 Hydras on the way to complement the 2 Corruptors that are in the sky. I don't know. 137 and 97 total supply. PengWin has a lead. It's 36 to 33 Harvesters. Probe, now that he's mining, has caught back up. In mineral income, at least. He's still about half of what the gas income is for PengWin right now. Trying to use Caustic Spray on a pylon to depower these warp gates. A Stalker comes in to stop that from happening. More Infestors. He has lost so many Infestors, though. 30 Infestors have died. That might be the most Infestors I've ever seen die in a single game, if I'm going to be entirely honest with you guys. Missile attack, level 1 being researched for this Hydra group that PengWin's trying to do. It's going to be like 9 or 10 or 15 Hydras against 3 carriers and a Void Race. With the Phoenix, too. I mean, there's not a lot of Phoenix. There's not a lot of carriers. There's not a lot of Archons. He's going to have some Storm as well with these Templar and a big warping of Zealots for Probe. That's going to help him immensely. He's just got to keep these Hydras alive is the thing. The Lings need to deal with the stuff on the ground, so the Hydras are left to deal with the carriers. On the other side, Probe needs to get some Storms off. He needs Storms to hit the Lings. He needs Storms to hit the Hydras. So bad. So bad here. The Infestors have got to play a big game as well here for PengWin. Get some Fungals off. Keep those Templar out of the battle. Maybe Neural Parasite on the carriers would be a good choice again in this situation. It looks like PengWin's just kind of biding his time, trying to max out again, which he's pretty close to doing. 176 supply out of 196 available. Creep spread continuing to push here for the PengWin. And Burrowing Ling. Oh, the Burrowing Ling is dead, as Probe was trying to replant his 4th here, and he is. He is replanting his 4th. We're going to mine this map out. I guess this base next to Probe's main to the left is not mined out. Not even been mined at all, actually, but still, a lot of bases disappearing here. There are the Storms. That's what we need. Out of Probe. Storms on top of the Banelings, on top of the Hydras. Templar, 32 kills on that Templar. Are you kidding? 13 kills on that Templar. Trying to pick him up. The Storms on the Hydralisks. Banelings trying to explode on whatever. Neural Parasite being tossed down on the Void Rays and on the carriers. The Infestors are all dead, though. The carriers in the sky trying to do this, lifting the Hydralisks to destroy them. And yes, Probe wins that battle. That's exactly what he needed to do. The Storms, the killing the Infestors. The carriers needed to live 41 and 44 kills each, and he needed to lift the Hydras with the Phoenix. Exactly that. PengWin able to make Lings, able to make a handful of Hydralisks. The Lings really want to kill this 6th base again, but another big warping of Zealots going to at least hold the line a little bit. A couple Templar die. That's not good. Losing Templar is not what you want to see here. Lings trying to kill as many probes as possible before they get killed from the air, and they get a few probes there. That's 121 probes killed thus far, and the Burrowed Lings get destroyed as well. So Ling Infestation killed, 5th base survives, 6th base survives, 4th base alive as well. Single Corruptor here for PengWin, just desperately making Zerglings. 32 Lings, 4 Hydras in production. He's just not quite sure what to do. He's mined out. His 8th is done. His 6th is mining. His 7th is mining as well, so that's good for him. But Probe, man, Probe is just doing it with micro and composition right now. So how many Lings have died, do you think? Let's take a look. 612 Zerglings. Good golly. Good golly. 612 Zerglings have been killed at this point. Dun, dun. DT trying to kill a queen in the middle of Nowheresville. Corruptor using Caustic Spray on this debris. I guess try to open up a base. PengWin wants to expand to this one place here, but the armies showed up. Oh no, at his 7th, and he's going to take this thing down. These drones are dead. There's an observer with this army. There's nowhere they can go. The hatchery explodes. It's now 30 to 31 harvesters. Creep tumors, nothing to keep this creep here, but Lings explode the replacement 4th. Oh no. Lings and Hydras at the same time take down the 4th. Tit for tat there. And the Lynx and Hydras pull back a little bit here, a little bit here. This Corruptor all by himself is killing this 2,000 hit point debris pile. Which is exciting. Alright, Archon Zealots, Void Rays Carriers coming down. Kill creep tumors, man. That's what you gotta do here. Make sure PengWin cannot see what is going on. Cannot see what is going on. Push on these bases. Believe. Oh, long distance mining. Drones are getting killed. Corruptor dead there as well. Oh, Probe. This was a nice, effective little push. But guess what's coming up here? A lot of Lings. There are DTs defending, but this is so many Zerglings. The DTs can swipe only so fast. Oh, and the Overseer shows up as well. All right, never mind. DTs, you're dead. You are completely dead. The Lings are so fast. They just can't have map control right now. Every time Probe moves out, there's the threat of a counterattack. The Hydra is bringing it to bear. Their attack on this 6th base. But unfortunately for them, the Void Rays and the Archons are here. And the Carriers are not far behind. Hydra's trying to pick down that Void Ray, moving it back. And that's it. A good game out of PengWin. PengWin is defeated. And Probe is victorious after 35 minutes and 54 seconds. Good gravy. Good gravy, maybe. That was a good one. This is getting an epic tag for sure. Let's look at this. 682 dead Lings, 29 dead Hydras, 92 dead Mutalisks, 35 killed Corruptors, 10 dead Ulters, 37 killed Infestors, and 5 Hatcheries dead. Probe lost 143 probes, 106 Zealots, 13 Archons, 8 Carriers, 11 Dark Templar, 32 Stalkers, 35 Phoenix, and 9 High Templar. What are these Carriers? 51 and 63 kills on these. These are the MVPs. MVP of the match jointly given to Carrier A and Carrier B. 51 and 63 kills all by themselves in this. The Archon, 25 kills there, 36 kills there. The Archons, again, hanging on. Void Rays, 15, 19. This final group did a lot of work for Probe to make that thing happen. So congratulations, Protoss gets a win in this super long match on Newkirk. We've seen this recently, I feel like. But that's going to be it from me. All right. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.